The topic is like last day we completed XPath,
Expert, yes.
and today we have like couple of exercises that write XPath for search box in the Google search page. So what it mean to say that go to the Google search page and
Mm,
click on Google. Means this is the site
mm.
and this is the search box, right? So it's asking to write the XPath. So I will show you couple of ways which will help you in writing the XPath. So one way
Yeah.
is like take the help of the tool. Second way is like just try to write with yourself, right? So I'm just right clicking here and inspect. Okay. So this is the uh, box and it is highlighted here. If it is not highlighted, you can take the inspector. This is inspector arrow button and you click here. So automatically it will highlight. Sometimes what will happen means you will find that right click is not enabled. Means it will say that right click is not allowed. So in that case, how to inspect the element? So what you can do in the three dots, you can be a, and there are more tools options is there. And in more tools, we have a developer tools. So basically, like you can use this and once developer tool is there, so basically right click will not be allowed. So you can use inspector and then you can click on this part. Okay, second button is that this is, we call it responsive mode. So it means based on the size of the browser, you can opt. So you will click here, then it will ask you that which dimension you want. So you can set your dimension, like which device you are going to automate. So based on that also you can pick it. So it's up to you, but normally we are not doing that. Normally we are doing for web automation, so it will be like that. So you can see here, I'm like able to see this one. So first I will see the what is the tag name and I'm focusing on XPath only. So class is something like that. JXN is this, max length is this, name is, try to read everything. So name is Q, type is text. So what you can do, just right click and copy element and go to some notepad and then you can analyze it in a much better way. You can see here everything I can here and it's in the bigger screen so I can easily find something here. So one thing is I can see that class. Second thing I can see as a name. Third thing I can see as a title. Okay. So like this, we are getting some values. So what we will do here, I will right click here, copy and copy XPath. And I will come here in the notepad and I will paste it somewhere and I will see what is the value it is going to give me. So you can see here it is giving me absolute XPath. Okay. So it is giving me absolute XPath, which I don't want. It's like it's not stable. It's only applicable in some special cases, like you have a uh, dynamic web element and which is not changing, you are very sure, then only you will use. In most of the cases, we are not using absolute XPath. So this was one thing, just right click here, then copy and full is also same. So I will not go with this one. One is CSS selector. So if you copy this CSS selector, I will go there and paste it. So it is also coming like this one. You can see a body, then this, and then this, and then this. So it is slash instead of slash, it is using this angular bracket, angular what you call greater than symbol it is using. Okay. So rest of the things here you will see something different. So what is the different here? Means if you have number of like elements, more elements. So then this, suppose that you have to call second div. So it will say that div, then nth child. Okay. So like that, it is calling that. So this is the way of writing in CSS selector, but very rarely used like that. People mostly going through the easy way. But if you see something, you should be able to understand. Third thing is that I try to write it yourself, like myself. So should be okay. One more tool is there. That's I will introduce you this because that is most popular tool, and sometimes people are using that, but in the interview and other things, they don't want to use that tool. So that is called selector hub. Okay, so once you go to the selector hub, so what it is here, it is an extension to the Chrome, right? So basically it is for Chrome, and some tutorials guideline is also there, so you can use. So time to time they update the version, and basically I already have added. Consider that I have this one, and if I remove, then that will be gone. But since I already have, so it will become. Let me remove it and show you from the scratch. So once you will be here, it will be like this. So first you have to do add to the Chrome. Okay, so add extension, then it is available for you. So once it is available for you, so what you have to do, we have to go to that particular browser which you want to search, and you just right click, and you can see here that option is coming, selector hub. Okay, so from here also you can copy XPath. So relative XPath I'm copying here. So now it is coming like this. You can see, right? If I right click here, selector hub, copy relative CSS selector. So CSS selector is also coming. So this is basically a tool to like make your work easy, but I will, or in the interview, they will never ask you to write with the tool. So you have to write it with your, so right click here and inspect. And if you want to use CSS selector here, selector hub here, so you can see here double arrow is coming. So you click here, then click on selector hub. So once you click on selector hub, like this will be there, and you can just copy and use it. CSS selector, relative XPath. This is also XPath, index XPath, and test trigger path. So this is something like, so other things they have given, but I will not go with everything. Most of the time people are using XPath or CSS selector. So you can just copy it from here. Like I can copy it here and I will go there, and wherever I want, I can use it like this. Consider that I want XPath, so I will just copy XPath and I will come here and I will paste it. So once I have the XPath, then I can use it. So it's up to me. But when you are in the interview, they will not allow you to use this tool. So what do you have to do? You have to write it by own. So Control F I am doing here, and then it is asking me to write the XPath or CSS selector. You can see find by string selector or XPath. So three things are there where you can just compare the element. So what I will do here, I will look for which one. I can find that name is okay. I will search / tag name is input. Then big bracket start. Then tag name is like attribute name is @name equal to. Right click and select again. You can see a name, it is given as a Q, only Q. So in the single quotes Q. So it's already there. I found it. There are multiple ways to find. This was like XPath. I will just copy it. And I will paste it somewhere. So once you write the XPath, you just compare it. It should be 1 of 1. So that is the standard practice. Okay. Now, second thing, it is saying that if I want to write CSS selector, so how to write CSS selector? So I will erase everything. And then the tag name is input. There's no need to start with /, just a tag name is input. And then right click. And I can use like class. I'm just trying a CLA class equal to in the single quotes. And then I will right click and inspect. Instead of writing, I will just copy and paste it. So copy and paste. You can see here it is 1 of 1. So this is one where I can consider for a while. So that is okay. Right click and inspect. Yeah, this is the same thing, right? So it is considering that this is the class. So if you don't want to use class in this way, so you can remove it and you can use some, sorry, some other attribute. I will go here. One more way to use, since it is like CSS selector, so I will tell you, if it is a class, then use just dot and then class name is enough. You can see here it is coming 1 of 2. So means that is not okay. Maybe some other places class name is used. So never use this kind of things. Just right click and inspect. I will use other property. The name is Q, so I will use that one. Input name equal to, in the single quotes, Q and bracket close. So you can see this way I can use it. So since this examples you have already seen, I'm just trying to recall because this was the lab exercise and what we have to practice here. Write XPath for the search box in the Google search page. Write CSS selector for the search box in the Google search page. Write CSS selector for Facebook login page. So I'm going to Facebook login page. Let's just try here. This is the Facebook page. I'm coming here. Straight to the problem. You can see here it asking for this, and this three things. So already you know, but just a lab exercises I'm trying to inspect. So input is there and which one is a stable, I will find name. So name is okay. I will just do Control F. I will come here, then I will double slash input @ name equal to email. Okay, so this is one thing. This is the XPath. And suppose that you want to write CSS selector, so you can write like that. Even it has one ID, I believe, right? ID is there. No, ID is not there. Yes, ID is there.
Yes.
ID is there. So ID is there. So I can use CSS selector like this. Hash and then email. You see, 1 of 1. So this is something CSS selector. It's easiest. If it is there, then just go for that. So this is done and I will just same thing I will do for password. Just right click and inspect. So I will find the easiest way. So ID is email. No, it's not that one. I will remove this, then it will select. So this one password, right? Type is password, class is this, name is pass, ID is pass. So I will take ID. First I will write XPath, /, tag name is input, then @ ID equal to, in the single quote, it's pass close. Okay. And if I have to write CSS selector, since ID is already there, so either you can use hash key or you can write in different way as well. So let me write in different way. Hash key we have already seen. I will use let's not use ID because ID so many times we have used. Let's use name. So tag name is input. Name equal to pass. So it's done. Copy, come here. You can see here XPath and CSS selector. Anything you want to use, it's up to you. And this is button. So right click inspect. So this is a button. So first I will remove this part. So double slash, it should be button. Basically, it is coming one of one, so no need to write anything. That's just one button, right? So if it is only one button, so nothing need to be defined like because it's already unique. But that's the best practice you should use like. So I'm just trying looking for a stable one. So stable one, I'm finding the data test ID or name. Okay. So name is there.
But
Which
on
one
the
is sorry?
but on this there are two buttons, right? Create new account also
That is
button.
not a button. You just right click inspect. Then you will see that there is this is something different. It's not a button. It's a link. A tag. A tag is a link. It's a
Okay.
button. So you have to think like
Okay.
where you have to use submit and where you have to use what do you call click.
L-
You remember
Okay.
that
Yeah, yeah,
example
yeah.
where so it is
Hmm.
a link and it is a button. So what I can do here, I can use like name. So name property is there. So I will take this one and at the rate name equal to login. You can say one of one. It is coming one of one. So this is one way, and one more way is like if you want to check. This is XPath and CSS selector also. I will just try to write. We have name, so I will use same thing. Just remove this double slash, remove this at the rate, and this is done.
Yes.
And one more way I will show you. Let's suppose that it was like that, right? So you just copy it and go to the console. And in the console, you just use a dollar symbol and then parenthesis and then paste it like this parenthesis close. If you hit enter button, I think it should select. There is a browser feature intended for developers. Someone told you to copy and paste something here. Enable Facebook feature. This is scam and give the access to your Facebook account. Okay. I'm using like this dollar. Let me find like in the console now. Also, you can try to find. I will take that example from internet. Some syntaxes need to be updated. In console tab, how to validate XPath. Okay. It is saying that in the double quotes. Just the syntax need to be updated. The rest of the things were okay. You can see here. It's saying that, but this is not present the page object. Let me write somewhere, then I will paste it here. There's something like dollar uncoded. Try to get element with the ID of percentage rate. But it is not present on the page. Maybe it is not matching. Let me find it. Some examples I will see, then I will let you know. Because there is a way. $X. Is it? I'm not using $X. X was missing. $X. Then parenthesis open. Then this. Yeah, you can see here. It will show you that how many buttons are there. So $X, then parenthesis, and then you can pass like that. And this is something complex way, but if you want, you can use it. So you can see here that whether it is present or not, it will show you that length is 1. It means it found 1. Okay.
Okay.
So it is also a way you should know that what is the use of console. Basically, console tab is like something JavaScript. So any JavaScript is there. So you can just check it out. Suppose that you want to get the title of this page. So basically what you have to do, you have to go in the Google JavaScript to get the title of the page. Okay. So it will give you the JavaScript for that, and then you can use that script in the console tab. You can see a document.title. Okay, so you go there in the console tab, and then you can use it. It's just doing it. You can see here when I typed here, it give me Facebook login or sign up. So you can see here Facebook login or sign up. So everything is like it's JavaScript based. Means you want to get time, date, everything it will. So a lot of JavaScript there, but you don't remember the JavaScript. So what you can do, you can take the help of internet and you can get the code and then you can run it here. So same for element validation. There is a way that you can use it in this syntax. So $X and then in the parenthesis, you just pass the X path and based on that, it will validate and it will show you that whether the button is found or not. So it found the button. So this is something related. So I just showed you. So we have already done with the XPath and like task assignment. Now I will move to the next topic. So it is saying that when you write something, so what is the meaning of that? So driver is something like page. It's relating to browser. So driver is what? Driver is a browser. It is controlling the browser. Find element, it is controlling the web element. And you have to pass like locator. In the find element, we have to pass the locator. So on the which basis it will find, okay? And then once it is a web element, so web element has lot of methods. One method is send key. Send key is something like what action you want to take on that particular web element. So it is saying that this we have a web element where I want to what do you call type something. So this is send key. Okay. So one more thing I wanted to show you that is very, very important interview question. Consider that you have a web page, right? And you typed something in the text box. Once you typed something, you want to read that after typing. So there is a trick that you have to know. Suppose that this is the text and you want to read. So get text is the method you already know you have used that. That if you want to read the text, you can just use get text method. But get text method is not applicable for text box. So if you have typed something in the text box and you want to read it from the text box, so there is a trick and it's a very famous interview question that how you will read the value from a text box. So don't say get text. Get text will not work for this text box. So what you have to do, you have to use get attribute. Okay, get attribute is the method and you have to pass the value as a parameter. So then it will read it. Consider that if I have a program, then I will show you. Otherwise, I will write a program for you. Should be okay. Get attribute demo. It is there already. So it is a Facebook page. I can take this example, copy and paste. Get attribute. Text box. Okay.
Okay.
So I have this. Now what I will do, it will just open the Facebook page and after that I will find the web element called input, means email field, and then I will type something. I don't need these things. I just commented out. First, let me type something in this text box. It is saying that email dot send keys, and then in the double quotes, you pass the value which you want to pass. So I'm saying that hello world @ gmail.com. Okay. After 5 seconds, typing after 5 seconds, I want to read the value from this box. So how I will read it? So this is something web element dot get attribute, and then you have to pass the same way like how I was using. I have to use value. That's it. You have to pass in small case value. So it will give you the string type, return type, you see. So that you can directly print it. That should be okay, or you can store and later on print. Value of the value in the text box. Just mouse, create a local variable. So it is a return type of a string. So that's why it is storing in the string box. And then later you can print it like s out. So if I run this, you see here what it is going to do. It will just run this program and it will do the task for you. It will type this. After 5 seconds, I will read the value and I will print the value, and then I will close, quit the program. Right click, run as Java application. You can see here.
Yeah.
It entered the value here, and then after 5 seconds, it will print, and after 5 seconds, it will close. So you can see here, it is printing well.
Yeah.
So this is something like, but if you have to read this text, this particular text, or text from this link or text from the button, so you can use get text. In that case, get attribute is not needed. Consider this a login button, right? And you want to get the text of the login button. So how you will use it? Just like write the locator and everything will be done. You have to use get text. So this is the difference, and then there is something in the interview they will ask you. Button, and then name is login. So consider that I want to get the text of this button. Driver.find element by dot. XPath I'm using here. You can see XPath. By dot. Which property I'm going to use? XPath. And the double quotes, I will pass the value. Okay. So this will give me the element, and this is a button. Login button, right? Here, login button. And the type of button is a web element. So just mouse over, create a local web element. So this part is done. But I want to not to click. I want to read the text of this button. Okay, so how I will read it? This, and just use so login button dot get text, not get attribute. Just remember this. That's why I'm showing both examples over here. So get text, so it will read the text of that. I'm just putting so that you will understand. This is the what I am printing here. This is plus, then something star I will show. then you will understand it's like I am printing this. It's not by system. So just
Yeah.
right click and run. You can see here, right? So it is printing this part and login part, right? So this was the button thing and this was the value. So
Yeah.
now you understand that how to read the text. Sometimes in the interview they will ask you definitely that how to read the value from a text block. And this is very famous interview question. So you have to like tell, yeah, this is the way I know. Okay, so now this is done. So it is saying that you have a driver, then you have a locator, then you have a action, like what your action you want to perform. So I'm using send keys, means I want to type something. If I want to click, it's if I want to clear, like those kind of actions are there, and those actions list already you have seen. If you go to this web element, so you will see in the Windows, show view, outline, a lot of actions you will see here. Clear, click, find element. Again on the web element, if you can find web element, get location, get rectangle, get shadow root, get size, get tag name, get text, is displayed, is enabled, is selected, send keys and submit. So everything we have already seen the examples, right? Nothing is
Yeah.
almost like whatever is needed, nothing is left. So let's close this and close this as well, close this as well. Now next. Radio button and checkbox. We have already done this, so no need to discuss again. You have already seen that example.
Yeah.
This is select class. This is something important and new topic. So I have time to discuss this. So first, how you will know that this is a select class. The perfect example I have that is a Facebook page. So if you click on create new account, so this page will be displayed, right? Sign up
Yeah.
page. And
Yeah.
here you will see that drop down is there. So normally select class is something in the drop down. So this is the first drop down, this is the second drop down, this is the third drop down. So I have three things. I will show you on all the three buttons. That's how to this. But how will know that this is a select class? So just right click here and inspect. So once you inspect it, you will see a select tag. If it is a select tag, then you can use select class. If it is not a select tag, then you cannot use. And once you expand this, you will see something like this. And once you see that, then you have to understand how to use this. So let's take this one. This is something small one. I can show you easily here. So you can see here in the select class, we have option, 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 like 12 options are there. So option
Yeah.
had attribute and value like this. So this is given and it is a text. You can see here. It is a text. January, February. So like this text is visible. Suppose that this is the select class. I click here. So I will see something text like that.
Yeah.
So this is something like that. And this is the closing of option. So what we have to do that when you are using select class, then we have three methods of the select class. And you have to use every method to select the element. Select, 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 select. Don't have here, don't have here, don't have here or here. Don't have here. Don't have here. Looking for ready-made examples, otherwise I have to write it from the scratch. I will search here. Select. Case sensitive. and then search. So I already got it. It is in the day 2. Okay. But the name is not matching. It should be select class demo. So let me copy and paste it. Already exist. Where? Oh, it's already there. So no need. So let me comment the things which are not needed. Then I will come to that point. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's deal with one by one. So I have to update couple of codes. This is not needed. XPath 1 is okay. I can take this code from here up to here, up to here. Copy and paste it. Up to here, it's okay. Then I'm using like facebook.com. So this is okay. And in Facebook, what I'm doing, you understand this line why I have used? This is for implicit wait. If you are changing from one page to another page, so page element will take some time to appear. And for that, I'm using implicit wait. So driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait. Implicitly means automatic wait. It's also called a global wait in Selenium. And then duration of 15 seconds I put. It means before throwing no such element exception, it will wait for 15 seconds. Means even the element is not found, then also it will wait for 15 maximum second. If element is found within 2, then it will not wait for 15. So like that it works. Then I'm using this and clicking. So this is something it's talking about create new account. So if you right click here, inspect. You see here. So this is A. And then which property I should use? So ID is there, but if it's I'm checking that whether ID is same. So U02. So U00 something. So it is not a stable. So what I will do, I will change this because you see here, if I will use this, this is not okay. If I copy and paste and try to analyze, it's see here, it's not okay. It's 0 of 0. This means locator is not correct. So what I have to do, I have to use a stable locator. So stable locator, I can find the data test ID. So that is okay. I can use this. Copy. Now I will again go and find whether it is okay or not okay. It is 1 of 1. See here.
Yeah.
So this is something stable. So you have to also find the stable one, which one. So I can use this. So this I'm using here and then I'm clicking here. So once I'm clicking, it will open this dialog box, sign up page, right?
Yeah.
And then my work will be start. So how you will use select class. So let me go to select class first. It is saying that you have to use this jar as a source. C tools, Selenium Java 4.2, Selenium support, this jar. Support 4.2.0. So I'm going to add this external location, external file, Selenium support sources. Okay. So sources will have source code. Okay. So it will show like this. Once your select class is open, so just go in the outline view. And then you will see here couple of methods. So first you see the select and deselect, everything is there. So select by index, select by value, and select by visible things. So three methods are there which are most widely used in the interview also, which are the methods of the select class. Other methods are also there, means if they ask like how you will select multiple. So first you have to check is multiple is okay or not. Okay, as you can select multiple or not. So this is for that purpose. Get options also important, that how you will print all the what you call drop down values of the select class. So get options is for that. And one is deselect all. It means if whatever you have selected, it will deselect all. So these are the important things. And this is the constructor, means every time if you want to interact select class, so you have to initialize the web element first and then you pass that web element. So let's come to the main point. I'm coming here up to here. Okay. And consider that I want to interact with the date of birth. So right click inspect. I come here and I will write the locator for this, right? So I will see here days ID is day. So if it is that, then I will just go with that part. Select, then ID equal to in the single day. You see here, I got it. I will copy this, come here. It's already written like that, so should be okay. So I have written element day. So this is something giving me day. And once your element is created, then you can initialize the select class. So select class is like select something like Java code. Okay, and then you pass the web element what you have initialized. So what do you have to do? First, you have to pass the web element in the select class. Then select class will come into the picture with all the methods. So I already told you that we have the methods that select by index, select by visible text, and select by value. So first, let me deal with the index. Index 0 means like first, and if day was having like approx 31, right? So maximum index will be 30. And in this month of the December, we have 31. So this is something valid. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here, first I will select the first one. So it will select the day one. Then after 2 seconds, it will select the 30. So 30 means 31st. So this December 31st, it will select automatically. Okay. So let me uncomment this. Up to here, it is okay. And then I'm going to use this. Just focus on the syntax. First, find the locator for the particular drop down. So this is something drop down. I find it and then I pass it in the select class. So this is something select class element, select class object I created with I pass the element, and then this object which you have created has three methods mostly used: select by value, select by visible text, and select by index. So first I'm going to give you the demo of select by index. So once I am here, after 2 seconds, I am again selecting 30. So in December it is okay, but if it is like November, so 30 will be invalid because the maximum you can pass as a 29 because it's 0 to 29. That is 30. But it is December, so 0 to 30 is okay value. But if you try to add more 31, so that will cause you exception. So let's see that it's okay. Right click, run as Java application. So first select one, then after 2 seconds, it select 31, and then it will close everything, right?
Yeah.
So it worked as expected, no problem. But let's see that if I pass a wrong value, 31st. Index exception will be occurred. One was okay, but you see here, it didn't select 31 after 2 seconds. Why? Because it failed. And what is the reason of failure? You go and check in the background. So it's saying that no such element exception, that element is not found. Okay. So whatever the index I am passing, that element was not there. So it's saying that cannot locate option with index 31. So this is not a valid value. So what I have to do, I have to correct it. So this was the 30 is the maximum value. So let me, okay. This was done. So comment it out.
But for December, 31 is the maximum value, right?
But index is 0 to 30. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's index start from
Index.
0. So 0 to 30. The first
Yeah,
value
yeah.
0, when I pass it, select 1. You remember?
One. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is the reason. So 0 to 30 is the correct value for this number. Now it is saying that select by visible text. Visible text is what? So once you right click and inspect this. So once you expand this, so this is something value. And one more important thing, when you passing index, you just pass the number. So no need to pass in the double quotes because it will accept integer value. But when you are passing the select by visible text, so select by visible text, it is a text. Text is the double quotes. So this is something difference and that may create confusion for you. So you see here starting from 1 and last value is 31st. So 1 to 31 is a valid value for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going for this one, uncomment this. Let us start with the 5. And then after 2 seconds, I change it to 20. You see here, what is the difference here? I didn't pass in the double quotes because it was the index.
Yeah.
But when I'm passing it in the text format, select by visible text, I have to pass in the double quotes.
Yeah.
So this is the difference, right? And let's go and get the demo for this. Should be okay. Right click, run as Java application. So select first value is 5, then 20, and then it will close everything. Now, next thing is select by value. So how you will get the value? Okay. So now coming here, value is this value. Okay. Sometimes, most of the time it will be same, but sometimes it is not same, right? So in that case, you have to be very careful. So select by value is a same like select by text. You have to pass the value in the double quotes, but the value you will pick it from here. This is the value. You see here everything is almost same, so no problem.
Same.
Means here is
Yeah.
no confusion, but while using value, you have to check it this point that what is the value I need to pass. For this, what is the value? For this, what is the value? So here it's same, so no confusion. I can just use in the same way. If I come here, just I'm trying to explain what is the value. So value is this value, not the visible text. So I'm using 18 and 25. That should be okay. Right click, run as Java application. 18, then 25. So it worked. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's consider this is something. I'm switching to the month. Right click inspect. Same way you can use it, but here you see your value is different, right? Most of the case, it sometimes it will be same and sometimes it will be different. So if you want to use value, so value is 1 to 12 only. But visible text is this one. Index is
Yeah.
0 to 11. Just remember this. Index
Yeah.
0 to 11, value 1 to 12, and visible text is January to November, something, December, something, right? Okay. So I'm going to give you the demo for all three. Now let's wait for 2 minutes and after that start inspecting the month. So let me uncomment this to here. I'm passing here month by CSS selector, ID is month, and then I'm passing element month here. And in the select class, I pass this. And after that, valid value is 0 to 11. That's it. index 0 and index 11 is the value. So minimum and this is the maximum. Any random you can use, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Right. Let me show you. One more thing I can show you. That's 6, 5. So it will select June. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. '18, then 25, then December, then it will turn to January, then it will turn to December, then it again turn to June. You see how it changed,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's a selected like. So it work as expected, no problem. Means I will just comment it out. It's just for demo purpose. I will comment the whole because now I'm going to switch from the visible text. So visible text is what? Once you inspect, this is the visible text. Okay. So
Yeah.
you have to March and November I have taken. That should be okay. So first it will select March, then it will select November. That should be okay. 1825 in March, November, then right click, run as Java application. March, then November.
Yeah.
And it is case sensitive, so you just be careful while you are passing the value. Okay. So visible text is a case sensitive. So this is the thing I passed it. Then I will use the visible text. Sorry, value. So if you are passing value, then it's in the double quotes, and then the valid value is the value which you are seeing. You see here. So I'm trying with the first and last. 1 and 12. 1 to 12 is any valid value. So you can just try. Right click, run as Java application. It worked, right? January and December.
Yeah. So for this, like visible text and value will be same.
No, it's not same here. You see here.
No, either way we can change like uh, visible
You
by
you
this.
can use whatever you want. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Which one
Yeah.
you want? Actually, you have
Hmm.
to what do you call interact with the web element, right? What you want to use is up to you. You can use index. You can. There are three ways: index, visible
Yeah.
text, and values.
Value.
So index, how you will pick that that is hidden. So you have to analyze that what is the minimum and what is the maximum. But when you have like visible text, that is okay, clear. And values you
Yeah.
can see from here. So that is also okay. Now you see here, this is something like a huge list. If I right click and inspect here, I can see a huge list. So
Yeah.
it's starting from 1905, then lasting up to 2022. This is the maximum. So I just used here, ID is here, so I can use here. Now I will get this. So here I have just taken like visible text, but it's up to you if you want. It's almost same here. Value and visible text is
Yeah.
same.
Visible.
Index. You think how much the maximum index is there. Okay. So there is a way I can tell you that you can use like a driver.find elements or get options dot size is the maximum index. That's -1 that you can take. I will show you that way also. This is the second option. I will show you next class tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
You see here, first I'm selecting select by visible text and select by visible text, like same method I'm using. 201 and 1999. So this way you already know what I'm doing here. Then I'm passing this into select class. And then with this one, I am able to use select by visible text. Right click, run as Java application. Now it comes 2001, 1999. Done.
Yeah.
So it is working as expected. But if you want to use, say that indexing, right? So I will show you a trick. Okay. So this is the first index, but what if you want to use the last one? So how to get the last value, right? So I will tell you there is a way. Here dot get options dot size. Okay, so this will give you the last value. Here, right? Just copy this. No need of this one. And size is what? It's last value -1.
Yeah.
Just -1. Because it will give you the maximum size. Index is 0 to n-1. So that's
Yeah.
the trick I'm using. So this is something like all the values it will count you for you and then -1 I'm doing. So think like if this is going to work in this way. So just right click and testing. First it will select 1905. Then it will select after 2 seconds. It should select the value. Selected or not?
No.
What is the value it is printing? Let me print it first. Press out. I need to get the value, the count. See show. It's saying 118.
Mm.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
I'm passing index -1. Then it should work. Let me comment it out and using it this way. 117. Okay, I got it. It actually is starting reverse way. You see here.
Okay.
That's why it is selecting the last one. But I'm using 0, then how it is? Oh, got it.
Okay. Earlier it was
Earlier it
2020.
was 2022. So in the
Yeah.
reverse fashion, it is selecting 1905. So
Yeah.
now I got it. So let me do one thing. First I will uncomment this, okay? Then you will understand. So let's continue in this way. We'll select visible text 1999. Then I will select by index it's 0. And then after 2 seconds, when I'm using like size -1, then it should select that one.
Yeah.
The 1905.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was in the reverse order. So I chronicle order it is. So let me right click and run. Then it will work as expected. So first it will change 1999.
Yeah.
And then it is 2022. And then it will 1900. How come it is not printing?
Yeah. I didn't check.
Let me try to wait here. Okay, I'm not waiting, so that's why it was so fast. Not needed. Should work as expected.
Yeah.
Now here it is having problem, right?
Yeah. 1905 is not
It
coming.
should be 1905. So I need to reinitialize. Reinitializing, then I'm checking whether it is working or not. Sometimes it works like that. It is trying to click, but it is not happening due to some maybe. I'll check into that part. It's okay. I understand.
Mm.
So it will work in this way. So it's working as expected, and you see here. So this was the select class, and I will see more options. I will show you more options tomorrow after select class.
Okay.
So that's okay for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining today's session.
Thank you, Raj.
Welcome.